Senator Gillibrand, I think that these stories we've heard this morning really highlight the kind of upside-down nature of workplace policies in the U.S. because really we have the best policies for the highest income workers, paid leave, access to sick days, when it's our lowest income workers who are the most vulnerable. You've done a lot of work on paid leave in particular, but have really looked at this issue of low-income workers. So I hope you can share some of your thoughts with us.
Thank you. It's an honor to be in this roundtable with such extraordinary women. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing your stories. They truly inform everything we do here as legislators. I believe that our workplace policies are stuck in the Mad Men era. We are stuck in an era when dad went to work and mom stayed at home, and that is just not a reality anymore. Today, 8 out of 10 families, mom is going to work. 4 to 10 families, she is the primary or sole wage earner. But we have no policies that actually reflect this reality. And so all the issues that we talked about and their stories could not be more perfect. When women are working and trying to provide for their families, they need to have support because no matter how wonderful many marriages are and how many wonderful things spouses will do, women are still bearing 70% of the housework, the child care, and meeting the family's needs at home. And so we need support, and we need support at all different times in our careers and in our lives. And because we are not providing that support, we are creating an artificial drag on the economy. And I'll give you some examples. So the first challenge is when you're having children. A couple of impediments. We don't have affordable daycare in this country. Her story is the story of what we need all across America. Average daycare in my state is $10,000 a year. If you are a low-wage worker, minimum wage worker, that means you're making about $15,000 a year. If you have 2 kids, that means you're $3,000 below the poverty line and you're working full-time. How is that woman possibly going to afford daycare? So we need supports to make daycare affordable for all communities. We need something as simple as universal pre-K. It is so emblematic of what everything Senator Murray said. When you invest $1 in that child with early childhood education, it's $11 out during her lifetime because that early learning gives her the potential of reaching her full potential. Now, paid leave is perhaps the one that makes me the angriest. We are the only industrialized country in the world that doesn't have paid leave. The only industrialized country in the world. Pakistan and Afghanistan, who don't even educate their girls, have more paid leave than America. That is outrageous. And what does paid leave look like? So there are times in your life where you need that flexibility. When you have the baby, absolutely, it's a very important time in our lives. But what happens if your child gets hit by a car and is in a wheelchair for 5 months? That happened to a lady I know in New York. She had a master's degree. She was in a good paying job. FMLA only protects you for 3 months. She needed to be home 5 months, 24/7 care for her daughter. She lost her job. She was never able to ramp back on where she got off. She was never paid as much. She never had the same level of seniority, and she never actually got to work in her field of higher education. That was her story because she didn't have that flexibility to protect her job and let her meet her family's needs when she needed it. It also happens when our parents are aging. Women are often the caregivers when your mother or father is dying and need that flexibility. And so what women will often do in these challenges is they will make other choices. They may quit their job. They may work less hours. They may change jobs altogether. But again, they rarely, if ever, come back into the workforce where they left. And with women graduating more than half of the college degrees and more than half of the advanced degrees, for women not to be earning their full potential in their industries where they've had their education is, again, creating this artificial drag. And so I agree with Secretary Clinton and every woman up here. The number one thing we could do to help our economy grow is tap into the full economic potential of women who need and want to be in the workforce.
Thank you.
Well done.